Hello. Good evening. Damn. Yeah, man. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get here, and then I'm gonna spark this J. I I don't know how entertaining this one will be. I don't know how entertaining any of these are, but my brain is a little fried, a little done with being a human being in general. I just kind of want to smoke a J and chill. You pulled your pork? Cool, man. Congrats. Doom. Doom doom doom. Showed off some Brad Jones stuff. I'm excited for Sunday's weight. Oh, dude. Well, I don't want to ruin anything, so I guess we'll just wait till Sunday. But I've been doing pretty good. Let's put it that way. I weighed myself today, which I usually don't do. I usually only weigh myself once a week, but I just wanted to see. And I was pleasantly surprised by the results already this week. And I may be able to drop a couple more pounds before Sunday, which would be awesome. What's up, guys? 92-pound Paul? Nah, man. Nah. I'm shooting for like 220, 230. According to the BMI scale, I will be overweight at 230, but not overweight at 220. So I guess I've got to aim for 220. Oh, this is God's gift, my friend. One of my favorite indicas. It is a very mellow strain, which is what I need right now. I need mellow. How tall am I? 6'2". Pimp Monk lost way more than 100 pounds. I believe, and I don't want to quote Pimp Monk on this, but I believe that at one point Pimp Monk weighed like 500 pounds or some shit. Maybe even more. I can't remember what he told me. First time I met Pimp Monk in LA, we were back at the Peasants Compound in Hollywood. He told me how much weight he had lost. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I don't want to over or under budget it, but Pimp Monk has lost a lot of weight. So, at least in the past. I know he's gained some of it back, but great to see you excited about the weight loss. It inspired my girlfriend and I to start going to the gym. Watch your streams together, Tom. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. I'm glad, man. It's really cool to hear that other people are like starting to hit the gym, and that's really cool. Makes it easier for me to get up off my ass and do it when I don't feel like doing it. I think Pimp is doing better now than he was. He's trying to lose weight. He's cutting back on the cigarettes. So, I mean, that's what else can we ask him to do? But I was worried about him when he was down here. I'm glad to hear that he's taking steps. I don't play any musical instruments with any proficiency, no. When I was young, I took piano lessons so I can tinkle around on the piano. I also played the trumpet for a little while when I was a kid, so I can do a few things on the trumpet, but nothing with any proficiency. Nothing I would call it actually playing the instrument. You really hate being in a prohibition state? Yeah, man. Well, look, dude, I feel the pain. I may not be there now, but I was there for quite some time in Texas. Would I ever play Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to play Yu-Gi-Oh, so... do something besides smoking weed, you fat sack of shit. Contribute to society. Help someone. No. What are you going to do about it now? Are you going to post angrily in all caps again? I love that, dude. You had better do X, Y, and Z. No. I'm a mad guy. I type with capitals. I am an angry man. I will explode from anger. Man. Well, if we were in the same room together, I would offer you a hit of this West Coast right here. And I can guarantee you, after you took a hit of this and coughed your way through it, at the end of it, you would not want to even type in caps anymore. You would chill. You would be mellow. Yeah, dude. Let me bring you in on this shit, nigga. Go ahead. I understand the salt, man. Go ahead, take a hit of that shit, nigga. That's right. Get you a good ass puff. Go for it. There you go. See? Sometimes people aren't as angry as they think they are. You know what I mean? A dude came in here, he was pretty angry, but I think we mellowed him a little bit. I mean, he's gonna be okay. My landlord's selling my apartment building and evicting me. Should I pay last month's rent or buy a pound of weed and smoke it? Fuck them. Like, I don't know, dude. Right now, my brain goes to buy a pound of weed and smoke it, but that's probably a good sign that you should probably go ahead and pay that rent. Because I'm pretty stoned. Paul, when you were growing up, did anyone call you Paul Porky? Yeah, of course they did. It means one letter. My last name is Parkey. Parkey. And just changing the A to an O is Porky pretty easily. So, of course, dude, Paul Porky was a thing. Like, a lot of Mexican kids said it, too, because, like, in their accent, you know what I mean? They'd be like, Paul Porky. Porky. Whatever. I gave as good as I got in high school, dude. I can't, like, honestly, I probably took shit more than I gave out for about 1 year of middle school. 7th grade year was tough for me. It was a transitional year. But by the 8th grade, yeah, I was getting picked on, but I was given as good as I was getting. I figured out that, like, there were kind of two ways you could go as a fat kid. And maybe that's a little simplistic, but I don't know, it worked out for me. I figured fat kids are either social outcasts, right? Really quiet, keep to themselves, try and keep their heads down so people don't notice them. Or you just learn to be smarter and quicker witted than the bullies. And that's what I did. there was a kid, like, I'll give you an example. And this is mean. I'm going to tell you something that I said that was really mean. But it was in furtherance of making sure that this person didn't fuck with me ever again. There was a kid who had a soft palate repair. He was born with a cleft palate. And he had had a soft palate repair. And it was very, very well done. It was done early when he was a kid. And so most kids growing up didn't know what it was and never would have guessed what it was. But I knew, because I had grown up around a man who had had a very noticeable soft palate scar. And I knew to look for that offset scar. And he had this very faint offset scar. And he was a dick. And he was a popular kid, kind of like a skater kid, which was the popular thing to be when I was in, middle school. And he was picking on me one day with his friends. And he said some shit to me, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was very close to this. He said, "Hey, Parky, how disappointed was your mom when she had you and you were just like this big fat fuck?" And all his friends laughed. And I looked right in his face, and I said, "Probably not half as disappointed as your mom was when you came out with a fucking deformed ass hair lip." And his friends were like, and he was like, "What? What?" And I was like, "Yeah, your friends may not have noticed it, but I know that your baby picture isn't one that you show around. Why don't you bring it to school? I tell you what we'll do, Kent. I'll bring my baby pictures to school, and you bring yours. And we'll take a look and see who's a better looking baby, motherfucker." Something to that effect. Maybe not that eloquent, because once again, I was in 8th grade when it happened. But Kent Stanley never fucked with me again. Never once. I never had to fucking worry about Kent Stanley, not one fucking time. For the rest of my fucking schooling days, he and his friends went their own fucking merry ways. Like another dude that tried to pick on me, and I didn't roast him, I don't think, as hard as I roasted the other ones. But like, it was so easy with him because I knew what his button was, because he was a football player, but he was also a ginger. It was actually fuck. I wish I could show you guys the video. I think we might have watched it on the show one time. Did we ever watch the Madeira Pomegranate Festival video on the show? With the bad remix of Party Rock or whatever. I can't remember. Yeah, pomegranates in the house tonight. Everybody. Oh, okay. So anyway, long story short, that dude, he was a ginger, and so like all you had to do was point out his gingerness. You know what I mean? It was just like his weak spot, because everybody thought it was funny he was a ginger. He was a football player, so if he ever fucked with me, I'd just make a ginger joke, and he'd be like, "Oh, whatever." Be like, "I can lose weight, Brett. You can't lose freckles and a fucking copper crotch." What's the most inventive insult I've ever had hurled at me? I haven't been on the butt end of a lot of inventive insults. Probably something that was said on the show. I don't know, man. Billy had some fucking zingers for me. Fucking Marshall Manson there wrote a whole song that roasts me, dude. That's a pretty. I don't know that anybody's ever written a whole fucking song roasting me before. That's pretty. That's gotta take the top spot, right, for most inventive insult, because no like, yo mama so fat ever approaches like I wrote a fucking legit song about you. That's pretty awesome. Why don't you guys promote ideology on the show? I don't know. Hey Paul, what's going on with your sleep schedule, my dude? I don't know, man. What's going on with yours? I don't smoke spliffs. I used to back in the day, but I don't do it anymore. I try and stay away from the tobacco, to the best of my ability. I will admit indiscretions in that department, but I want to hear Ashley in the other room now practicing the noisy blowjob. Dude, when I got home today, I don't know, dude, I'm not gonna say whether or not I'm gonna get grapefruited, okay? I don't want to speak out of turn. I will say this: she just said, "Oh man, I wish I had gone to the store after watching the show tonight. I went to the store earlier and I didn't grab a grapefruit because I hadn't seen that part yet." I was like, fuck. So, dude, I'm playing it cool. I'm playing it fucking cool, guys. But I think I might get grapefruited. In fact, tomorrow I think I might stop by the store and just grab a couple of grapefruits for breakfast. Those red ruby grapefruits are great for breakfast. Will I give it a review on the show? I mean, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, look, dude. It looked like pretty fucking dope to me. It looked pretty dope to me, dude. Dude, that was the joke we used against fucking TJ. You can't use that against me, Bancy Fadger. We did the fucking little cutie joke on TJ, man. I'm gonna let the smoke mellow out in here. I just ate some blueberries for the first time. They taste sour. Thanks for the update, man. Yeah, blueberries can be a little sour, especially when they're not ripe. Paul, how close have you gotten to murder or seriously hurting someone? I think I told that story before. Like, I don't know, man. Being pissed off at my sisters, probably. Like, I told the story of the Game of Life where I wanted to fucking murder them because they were cheating. I caught them cheating, and I just had all these pictures in my head of just like fucking choking them and strangling them and shit. And it freaked me out, so I started crying instead. What's the closest physically I've ever come? Fuck, man. I'm really not a violent dude. I've never, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I haven't been in a whole lot of, like, like, I've broken up a lot of fights and shit. But I haven't, like, been one end of a fucking fight in a long time. My sister, I mean, when she ate the burger, I wasn't trying to kill her. I was just trying to smash a burger in her face, you know? Could I, if I wanted to, what? Kill my sister? No. I walked in on my ex and my best friend in our apartment when we were 19. I had to leave because I felt so angry. Well, yeah, I mean, that type of thing, dude. I've never done a walk-in. That's the type of shit of legend, right? Like, I've been cheated on. My first long-term relationship, I was cheated on, but a walk-in, like, fuck. How much does God hate you? You know what I mean? That must fucking be a mind trip. Yeah. I was just trying to yeah, dude. That's a legit quote. I'll back that. Who's an artist whose work you love but you hate as a person? Artist whose work I love but I hate as a person. I'm gonna have to think about it, man. Even people that have done reprehensible things, I don't necessarily hate them as people. Like, hate. My mom had a saying, and for whatever reason, she said it enough in my childhood that it stuck with me as an adult. She'd say, "Hate is a strong word." She'd always tell me that. Hate is a strong word. So, I don't really hate anybody. That being said, I disagree with some artists. In fact, TJ and I were talking about Cosby today. And we were talking about stand-ups and their different styles because we were discussing stand-ups that use a chair, like sit down a lot. And Cosby was one that came to mind, and we were talking about how brilliant Cosby was. And then inevitably, because of what happened, the Cosby rape shit comes up. And to me, I can completely separate the artist from their art. I can appreciate somebody for what they do well and find something else they do to be reprehensible. So, Cosby would be a very recent example of that sort of thing. You know what I mean? What if you walked in on Ashley fucking Pee-Pee the Frog and Pee-Pee just smiled at you while rubbing his chin like he does in the memes? Would you kill that fucking... Oh yeah, dude, I'd murder that fucking frog. He'd be making that noise from those frogs tonight in the show, dude. That fucking screeching frog shit, dude. Yeah. Yep. That'll be that. Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're talking about a hypothetical situation where, of course, PP is not dead, which, of course, we know he is. So, there's that. Damn, dude. Oh, sorry about that. I'm a little stoned. And that's a little bright. Are you into vintage memes? No, not really. I'm not. Look, guys, I enjoy a spicy meme as much as the next guy, but I am not on the memes or serious business train. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't do it. Back in my day, it was simple, because in my day, it was for the lulz, dude. Strictly for the lulz. Now it's like, we're politically active with our memes, and it's like, no, stop it. This is just gonna be the next fucking Anonymous. You guys don't even realize what you're creating. You're creating your own fucking cringe later in life. You are gonna look back at the meme time in your life and go, oh, fuck, what a little cringe lord I was. You're gonna be like that fat neckbeard with the Guy Fawkes mask going, we do not forgive, will you not forget, expect us. And you're gonna go, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, what a stupid fuck I was. You guys are just sowing the seeds of your own future cringe. And I guess that is the cross of every young person to bear. I get it. But guys, I just want to tell you, memes are not serious business. And anybody that thinks that memes are serious business is gonna feel real dumb in about 5 years. I'm just letting you know. I got a super chat question. Thank you. I'll check that. My ex cheated on me with my best friend. She sent me pictures of her sucking his dick. Jesus. Man, that is fucked up. That bitch deserves to rot in hell, man. Pay attention, guys. Paul is speaking from personal experience. Oh, yeah, dude. No, like, I know that, look, dude, I'm going to talk to Sammy Jenkins or whatever the fuck, because you were trying to be mean, but that is true. Like, look, dude, I did cringy shit when I was young. Cringy fucking shit, man. I look back on it, and it's just like, I mean, I've talked a little bit about this, but I'll be honest with you guys. I talked very wiggerish for a long chunk of my teens. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys and pretend I didn't. I went through a phase where, like, literally everything I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, whatever, so we can get together and, like, we can chill. And you can hear it, like, it sounds so off to me, even mimicking it now, but that's how I used to talk, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so whatever, we're gonna, like, get together, we're gonna chill, and get some drinks and shit, I wanna party, you know what I mean? But see, here's the thing, like, I've been down the roads, right? I know what it's like to look back on, like, a whole swath of your life and go, and I'm just trying to warn the memesters out there. The ones that think that, like, memes are more than dreams. You're sowing the seeds of your own fucking destruction, man. You've fucking sown your own poison, dude. You're gonna be fucking 10 years down the road and you're gonna look back at, like, you and your friends reposting fucking Pepe memes for Trump, and you're gonna go, what the fuck was I doing? Because that's how I feel when I hear myself talking like that in old recordings and shit. And I've got some somewhere probably here. I'll dig through my shit, man. Because you can't hide that shit. It was real. I would be a hypocrite if I was gonna sit and tell the meme lords, hey, you guys are sowing your own poison, and I wasn't willing to at least, like, show you guys my own poison. You know what I mean? You'll never hear something about this later? Maybe not, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, okay, so I'll be honest with you guys. Here's what I know for a fucking fact. I had a little recorder, and here's the problem. I don't know if that recorder came to me when I got a divorce. A lot of things didn't. And I don't, whatever, it wasn't out of spite. It just, I was living in a tiny little fucking apartment, and I could only take so much shit. So I had this tiny little personal tape recorder. And there is a fucking tape that if I can find it, it is, dude, it's the worst shit you guys have ever heard. I'm 19 years old. I just turned 19. And it is the night before I'm about to leave for Arizona. My dad was making me move out. All my friends were over late at night. We were all chilling, you know what I mean? And I wanted to tape that last night so I could remember, and it is fucking awful. I am so wiggerish. Like, fucking 100%, like, yeah, y'all, gee, you guys are tripping, man. Whatever, I'm gonna be back. Paul gonna be back in the fucking house eventually. I'm just like, why am I speaking like that? Why am I doing that? Why did I do that? So really, I just gotta be honest, I'm just trying to give you guys a little taste so I'm not bullshitting. I'm not joshing you. I felt the same way about the anonymous kids, dude. All those kids, and they don't do it much anymore, but there were a bunch of kids, and you guys remember. I think we've talked about them here before. kids that bought the fucking Guy Fawkes masks and were making like this goes out to Monsanto. I just wanted to let you know that we are watching you, and the things that you are doing are not beneath our notice and not beneath our power to change. You know what I mean? Like, you guys remember these kids. You remember those kids? Yeah, dude. Marshall, well, thank you for admitting your poison here too, dude. See, we're all fucking admitting our poison. Here's Marshall, who's a totally cool dude, wrote the Salty Paul song, has a cool name like Marshall Manson. You know what I mean? People think like he's a cool dude, but he used to be a fucking... And he told that because he wants to be real. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude, that's so rough, but whatever. Like, what could you do? I mean, I could see how you got roped in, but I knew, I was older by then, so I was like, this anonymous shit is gonna get real bad, and it did. It really did. Yeah, dude, keeping it real, for sure. Ted Nugent. Kevin Smith. I think TJ ruined that by fucking on Kevin Smith immediately. Yeah, and like in my 20s, I was go back and maybe I was not as cringy as some of the atheist dudes from back then, but I kind of cringe at my older fucking atheism shit. I'm logical and rational, I don't know if I ever said that, but it's certainly implied throughout. It's like a little fucking tough for me to look at, but whatever. What do you wish you could say to your 19-year-old self? Be alone for a little while. Honestly, I think that's the advice I could give him. That would have the, you know what I mean? Because, it wouldn't be cheating. I'd feel like that amount of advice wouldn't be cheating, whereas going like, this particular event is going to happen, that'd be cheating. You can't do that. But just going back and going, be alone for a little bit. It's okay to be alone for a little while. Yeah? Do you remember Sammy Jenkins? It's incredibly important. You won't really believe or remember. What? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Shit has gotten out of hand, and I have to bring it back in line. It's time for Balls Deep. You're absolutely right, Marshall. You're absolutely right. Your sense of timing is impeccable, sir. It is time for Balls Deep. Those of you that don't know the rules, why don't you allow me to fill you in? You see, here on Balls Deep, there's no trolling, there's no bullshit. That shit just gets ignored. Only the deepest of questions. Yeah. We'll even be entertained, and even those will be put through rigorous scrutiny before ever I read them, okay? Yeah. Timeouts are coming fucking hard and fast. What can change the nature of a man? Man, if I knew the answer to that question, I would be able to speedrun fucking Planescape Torment. By the way, never mind, that's not deep. Nope, not deep. I mean, look at all this bullshit, man. What did I learn from my LSD/shroom trips? I didn't learn something from all of them. But I have learned something from many of them. Some small little insight into myself. And it's hard to explain those things to a person that has never experienced anything approaching ego death. But you learn a little bit about your limits and your boundaries when you're on those sorts of drugs, because despite what they are famous for, which is the visual
hallucinations. What I have found to be the most valuable thing about acid, my acid trips, is the inner realization that happens during the quiet moments between the laughter. And for me, like, I'll give you an example that's really fresh in my mind. So last week, TJ, Chelsea, Ashley, and I went up to the woods, and we tripped out on acid one night. And it ended up being a particularly potent hit for everybody. It was Ashley's first, and it was a very, very amicable acid. It was just really warm and giggly and fun. And I thought for a while there that that's what it was going to be all night. And I kind of went searching for something at one point, because I felt like, I want to try and make that happen. And it wasn't me that made it happen, it was TJ. TJ came outside and sat by the fire with me. I was by myself, sitting by the fire, just looking at it, stewing in my own juices about how much fun I had had on this acid and that I hadn't realized anything about myself. And then TJ came out, sat by the fire with me, sort of poking it, and he was tripping very visually, and he was describing in the embers, he was seeing the galaxy and how absurd it would be to be a god having created this entire universe, and then to go down to the microscope of like, don't masturbate, don't touch yourself, and he was, and I just looked at it and I was just mad. And the insight that I gained into it is that I hold on to a lot of anger, because that night it took me sitting down and really trying to focus my trip to come to the realization that I just have a lot of fucking anger. A lot of it. Much, much more than I ever really thought I had. And I'm a rational enough guy to know that I hold on to a lot of fucking anger, but the well of anger is very deep. And, I'm going to have to bleed that off in some way in my life, because people that carry that type of shit around, it's actually a really good thing that I learned it, because it's underlined to me the necessity for me to try and make some kind of change and let go of some of it. That's just mambo jambo. Realizing that you're an angrier person than you knew you were, and that you've held on to a lot of anger about a lot of things. I mean, if that's mambo jambo or mumbo jumbo or either, then, what the fuck, man? What do you think about Lacey Green getting red-pilled? I don't think she's been red-pilled. I think she's being reasonable. Once again, just stop with the red-pilled shit. What are your thoughts on animal extinction? Should we stop the decline? Or is history bound to repeat itself, since we humans are known to fuck things over? I don't know, dude. There have been mass extinctions in the past. Some of them having absolutely nothing to do with humankind, and I think there will continue to be. Obviously, I think that we are accelerating the rate at which species go extinct, and I just don't think that we're going to live long enough to kill everything, and whatever we leave behind after we're not here is going to get its crack, Do you notice the change in personality in TJ after moving to a legal pot state? Be honest, weed causes permanent brain damage. What? You know what, dude? I'm gonna put your faggoty fucking ass on a time the fuck out for just the sheer stupidity of that comment. Seconds after the Big Bang happened and the universe was only a few inches wide, What do you think it looked like in the surrounding area? See that? No, I don't want to go down there again, dude. We've gone there. Let's wait a few shows before we go into fucking what's outside the goddamn universe shit. Because, man, I always end up down that fucking hole. What are your thoughts on bringing mammoths back through cloning? Do it. I think we should bring back fucking Neanderthals, too. Honestly, I got no fucking moral hang up with bringing back some fucking extinct animal. Bring back the fucking dodo. Bring back the fucking Louisiana jaguar or whatever the fuck it was that got killed out. Bring them all back. Clone them immediately. What? Everybody has this big moral thing like they had the chance. Nature selected them. Yeah, well, you know what? Nature selected us to be smarter than nature. So let's bring it back. Cloning people is different, but I mean, cloning people even really isn't that. Because, like, you could clone Christopher Hitchens, right? Somebody just said, clone Hitchens. And a lot of people would be like, no, because that would, you know, but really, why not? Let's say you cloned Christopher Hitchens. There's absolutely no way that you will completely recreate the upbringing of the actual Christopher Hitchens. So what you will end up with is a dude that just looks like Christopher Hitchens that's probably a totally different person. Maybe even a Christian. Christopher Hitchens. Yeah, cloning doesn't, you know, there's no memory. No. Cloning doesn't work like people imagine. They think you grow an adult man in a vat. I mean, I don't know, maybe at some point we'll have the interface between, you know, cloning technology and those, like, what do they call them, cellular printers, where we can, like, that'll be sophisticated enough to where we can create an entire human body and then shock it to life. I don't know what we would do with it. Maybe we will also be able to interface with the human brain and download human memory. I always thought about that. The first time I was ever really exposed to that kind of an idea on the scale that I like to think about it is playing EVE Online and their whole conceit to get around the when you die, you don't die. I think it's interesting. You know, they posit a world in which bodies are endless and certain people of certain stature, when they die, when their bodies die through whatever means, their consciousness is instantly transferred to a clone. It's instantly downloaded and transferred to a clone waiting for it. And that person wakes up as if nothing ever happened in the clone. That would be pretty fucking amazing, right? Because, you know, and of course, to get around immortality, not everybody gets access to this, just pod pilots, who are the people that you play in EVE Online. The people that fly the spaceships, the people that do the heavy lifting in space. They get it. The people down on the planets don't. Given what you've said about what you'd do with observing disasters if you had time travel powers, do you think it would make you numb to the suffering of other people? I think I'd be unaffected in terms of my sense of empathy. I don't think that watching giant disasters would make me feel any less empathy for the people. In fact, I think one of the reasons why I'd like to be able to witness those things is because I want to sharpen that sense of empathy. Do you believe in reincarnation exists in a literal sense? No. No, I don't believe in reincarnation in a figurative, literal, or spiritual sense. Paul, here's a good question. If it's possible to download a human brain into a computer, is this still a sentient being or software? I don't know. I mean, if it's not conscious while it's digitized, and it's only conscious when it's then downloaded into a host clone, then I would say that it is both. I would say it is software and transition and conscious being and creation. Have you ever wanted to kill yourself just to find out what happens? No. No, I'm not that keen on finding out what happens. I have a pretty good idea what happens, and I'm not rushing to that. It's not a big question in my mind. If you could change one personality trait about yourself, what would you change? I would be more patient, especially with the people that I love. I have a tendency to be very quick to speak in times where what I probably should be doing is thinking very carefully about what I'm going to say. And I don't really mind it in my professional life. I think it serves me there. But in my personal life, I wish I could be more patient. Yeah. You should be more relaxed on the show, man. More like this. At least that's what I would like to see now and then. Probably not fit for the format. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing on the show that's even close to this chill. And, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to, crack my neck. Why? If you could bring back one musician / artist and show them one song past their time, what person and song? I mean, I've always wondered what a guy like Chopin or Bella Bartok or one of these musical geniuses, classical musical geniuses, would have thought of Louis Armstrong and that whole nascent art form of jazz. I like jazz a lot though, so I consider to be I went looking into jazz as an adult because I loved it as a child, but also because I wanted to see like the foundational building blocks of the shit that I was listening to. So it would be kind of amazing to, bring a Mozart or a Beethoven back and have him listen to, Basin Street Blues and see what he thinks. What do you think about America's foster care system? I went from orphanages to foster homes all throughout your very young life. Left very ill-equipped to deal with adulthood. Yeah, it's a big problem. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it could send me spinning off into a rant about shit that people don't. I mean, they're, oh man, what a fucking fascist. But it's just like, we have these problems because people have children that they don't want and can't take care of. And it's just for stupid, ignorant fucking reasons, man. Religious nonsense. And because of that stupid religious nonsense, this little kid is born and gets shuffled around from orphanages to foster parents. Profound amount of abuse goes on in foster homes. And, there is absolutely no empathy in anybody's fucking mind for these children. People are really married more to their idea that it is their human right at this point in history to indiscriminately fuck and then have some stupid, fake, moralizing, moral fucking conundrum about it that results in a kid that they give away. I mean, is this real? Do you feel like losing all excess fat will solve no. What say you of the rampant corruption and federal grants for removing children from homes thanks to CPS? I mean, look, CPS is a necessary evil. There has to be somebody that average people can call and report that there's child abuse going on, because how else does it get fucking found out? Now, there are times where CPS needs to go into a fucking home and take a child away. I think if that was really the only thing that was happening, was that somebody had a child and then maybe they shouldn't have, or they do something wrong that necessitates taking the child away, we've got more money to focus on making sure that child gets into a loving home. I don't know, man. Just like one of those things, like, it's a sticky thing for me, and nobody seems to think it is. It's like reproductive rights, right? That's what everybody screams, reproductive rights. You cannot fucking intercede in that, man. What a fascist you are. And I'm like, shouldn't reproductive rights include the rights of the human being that we're creating through the reproduction? Is there no thought at all to that person's life? By what right do we leave that person out of the conversation when we talk about reproductive rights? Am I against abortion? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. I'm happy that abortion exists. I'm happy that there's an out for women in this country to go to that doesn't include having a child that's going to grow up in a fucking horrible home. I don't think it's the best option, but I'm glad it exists. What's your biggest criticism of Judeo-Christian values? The blatant hypocrisy. I mean, it's everybody's biggest criticism, isn't it? The blatant moralizing and then living their lives a fucking other side of the coin. The cherry picking, which is part of the hypocrisy. Going, this right here, this Bible right here, man, this is my fucking word, just the word of God, man. I do everything in this Bible. Like, is that a fucking polyester shirt you're wearing, bro? 'Cause, yeah, just the blatant fucking naked hypocrisy of it. Why do you think you have so much anger? Because I grew up in a house where I saw anger displayed really loudly and vociferously all the time, and I went the other direction in my life. Maybe for a very long time, for too long, I went in that direction and stuffed a lot of bullshit. And I think it's resulted in me carrying around a lot of anger that gets that manifests itself elsewhere in my life. If Adam and Eve exist, doesn't that mean when any two people have sexual intercourse, it's considered incest? I mean, there's so many generations. Let's say if there was a literal Adam and Eve, there were so many generations from them now that they wouldn't even be anything resembling us. So no. That's the whole point of genetic diversity. It's like close family members. You would be like a 1,032,000,000th cousin of Eve. Like, how pedantic are you? Paul, you are more or less successful than you thought you'd be now? when you, I don't know. I don't know what I thought I'd be after high school. I'm pretty far from that mindset now. I've lived way too long in the real world to remember how I felt at the end of high school. I'm sorry. Do you think more intellectually evolved a being becomes, the more inherently good-natured they become? Do I think the more intellectually involved? I don't know, man. I don't think that intellect has anything to do with like good-naturedness. I don't think that those things are correlated. The only reason we're even having the abortion argument is that people can have healthy babies. LOL. What? I don't know. Whatever. Tempted to time you out, David. Why do you think you create such strong reactions in some people? Either extreme love or hate. I think everybody on the podcast is divisive. When Scotty joined the podcast, he went through fucking years of this shit where everybody was like, I fucking hate you! I fucking hate you! And now I'm the new guy on the podcast. I really don't consider it all that much, to be honest with you. I mean, I've said it here before, but like the time I'll be worried is when I look at our chat during a live show and I don't see Paul, like it, when I start looking over there and it's somebody else's name that's going by all the goddamn time, I'll start worrying about stepping my game up. It's the constant swinging between apathy, super emotional, deep reflection, like now, and salt spewing like a geyser. Well, that's me, motherfucker. So that basically describes my personality in a very succinct way. So what do you want me to do about that? I mean, I guess I understand that people don't like somebody that has different aspects to their personality, but I'm that way. So I've always been that way. I swing wildly between apathy, reflective periods where I'm kind of quiet and contemplative, and brash, salty anger. That's always been me. Paul, why didn't you get invited on Joe Rogan? Bah ha 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 ha. Charles Roberts, why can you never talk on my fucking channel again? Bah ha 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 ha. Why do you, Paul, do you know you're the coolest peasant? Nah, dude. That ain't true. I have a competition in me. I can't abide anyone else succeeding, you see. You have that competition in you. I don't know, Daniel. I guess if I did, it's been gone for so long. Well, if it's in me, it's in you, right? Hey? I hate these people. I love that movie, man. What a thespian. Yes, and for my next performance, I'll be doing Hamlet. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, what would happen next if Yaya got kicked off the Drunken Peasant podcast? I know it's most likely never going to happen, but what's your plan B if you do? Dude, this is crazy. I'm gonna go get a job. I mean, like, what is anybody's fucking plan B? Like, do people think that now that I've, like, done this, that I'm just, like, incapable of... Like, dude, guys, I'm fucking 37 years old. I've been doing this for a year. And I've been working since I was 19. Do the math. I'm gonna go get a job that pays money for labor, and I'll go work there. And that'll be that. Pretty simple shit, guys. I love that, like, oh man, have you given any thought to what might happen if you lose your job? No, duder, never. Fuck, man, you just blew my mind with that shit. Just blew my fucking mind with that shit. I might lose my job. You out looking for work like that, dressed like that, do you? On a weekday? Get some Rogaine? What? Paul, do you think you will ever overcome your anger? Or is it... No, dude. I will overcome my anger. I will. I will do it. It may take me a few years, but I will do it. I will do it. Because I know what anger is. I learned finally what anger is, dude. I learned. Anger is pain. Think about it. Anger is pain. Paul Kenobi, dude. I'm done with this shit. Let's go back to normal. Let's get it out of here. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Get it the fuck out of here, dude. Color. I saw a car person smashed their car into a wall and they totaled. What? Dude. Live on Nigga News 9. These are not chips. These are baked goldfish crackers. And I am under my K-Cal limit for the day. Nigga News 9. Would I ever rob a bank? No. Not even if I had a skilled crew and a great game plan. Oh, the workout's going good? Thank you. I don't want to bleach my beard, dude. I'm drinking water. Just bought a Salty Paul shirt, most expensive shirt I've ever bought. Well, there you go, dude. There you go. These are not fucking chips, man. God damn it. Goldfish. Jesus. That would be kind of cool. Peelander yellow, dude. It's all carbs. Yep, it's fine. Trust me. I just bought blah blah blah. Jesus, is going really fast tonight. Those Treant guys in World of Warcraft. Oh, like the Ancient of War or whatever. Yeah, I could do that. Just dye everything green. Put some moss and like flowers in my beard. And some logs on my arms. Yeah, I guess I could hang with that. Well, it was a nice little snack. Oh shit, that's a good point. I think I do have a little bit of this J, more than a little bit. So let's get the J going again. What's that thing you keep biting? It's a joint holder. When you're smoking a J and you don't want to smoke it all at once, it comes in this little thing. It's airtight. So you put the J in there, close the top, and it goes out really quick. And then you can just pop it open again and relight the J later. So that's why I keep popping it open. On the green ticket, there is still one slot for non-American. I'm pretty sure that that's the case, yes. At one point, for one of the things, not every time. We just can't afford to fucking fly in a fucking European every goddamn time. Spark one up for me. Blah, blah, blah. Or a South African. A South fucking African. What exactly will happen when someone wins a green ticket? How long will they be with you guys? They will be with us long enough. I don't know exactly how many days it'll be. It'll probably be at least 2 or 3 days. Because it'll have to be long enough for them to chill with us. And come on the show. And then presumably one more night before they fly out. I'm going to be spending a lot of time at the Airbnb with people. I plan on just camping out over there. Probably bringing some like video games to play and shit. Hooking it up so that we can all chill. And the other guys will come and go too. It'll be a lot of fun. What is your Hogwarts house? Yeah, Hufflepuff, dude. I took that test once and I landed directly in Hufflepuff, so there I am. Hufflepuff pride. Isn't Hufflepuff like the cuck house, dude? Aren't we looked down upon? Us Hufflepuffs, dude. Aren't we hated? Don't like the other houses call us Cucklepuff behind our backs, dude. It's the least cool fucking house, dude. Cucklepuff, dude. I mean, I'm in it, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I wouldn't rather be Slytherin, Ravenclaw, or Gryffindor. Because I would. But no, I'm Hufflepuff. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend I'm fucking happy about it, you know? Hufflepuff is the stoner house, according to who? Look, I've seen the movies and I've read the books, and I don't remember anybody sparking up a J. I remember Hufflepuffs being dorks. Socially awkward weirdos is what they were. That's not potheads. Potheads are sociable. Hufflepuffs were dorks, man. I'm in the dork house. A bunch of fucking dorks like Neville Bottom or whatever the fuck his name is. I mean, already you can tell the kid's gonna get picked on. His name's fucking Neville Bottom. I mean, fuck, man. Change that goddamn last name. Longbottom. Oh, that makes it better. Makes it fucking way better, dude. Longbottom. Oh, Neville's bottom sure is long. Hangs down past his calves and does, the fat fucking wanker. Fuck. I'll bet his last name isn't the only long thing that's going up Neville's bottom, eh? Eh? 'Cause he looks like a fucking faggot, don't he? Eh? Isn't it cool being fucking Gryffindor? Yeah, man, give me a fucking high five, eh? Gryffindor's the best house. Look at those Hufflepuff fucking freaks over there. Look at them. Look at those Hufflepuff fucking freaks over there. Fucking bunch of fucking weirdos. Lesbians and fucking Neville fucking Longbottom at the fucking head. Look at that fucking freak. Oh my god, big gangly fat fuck. Ugh. Thank God. And I was shitting my fucking pants, mate. Fucking Neville went to the fucking sorting hat before I did. And he put him in Hufflepuff, and I was like, fuck me, man. Please, God, nothing but Hufflepuff. Please, not Hufflepuff, man. That's how they felt about Hufflepuff. Let's be fucking honest, man. Neville was in Gryffindor? No, he wasn't. Is he really? How did the Sorting Hat get that fucking shit so wrong? Neville's ass should have been in fucking Hufflepuff immediately. The Sorting Hat's a retard. Neville's supposed to be in fucking Gryffindor. What is Gryffindor about Neville Longbottom? I know he killed Nagini. Accidentally. Just like grew a pair of balls and killed her. I mean, like, cool, but for the rest of the movie, he's just a piece of shit. He's not fucking courageous. He would rather be back at that fucking school nursing a fucking mandrake root. And you know it. What happens if somebody that's annoying as fuck and terrible person wins the green ticket? Brett Keen's win. First of all, Brett Keen ain't gonna win shit. Because there's no way that Brett Keen is an actual patron of ours. It's just not fucking possible. Hey Paul, how much meth can Brett Keen? Why, man? I hope an annoying person wins the ticket because yeah, exactly, man. I mean, look, it's called the golden ticket for a reason, man. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Please subscribe to me, guys. Oh, man. That ain't the way to win, dude. That ain't the way to do it, man. What if Razorfish wins the green ticket? Then we'll fly his ass out here and have him on the show and chill with him. I mean, I don't... Do you get the same feeling watching porn of being on equal footing? What? You're gonna have to explain the context of that question. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's tempting to toss a buck into the Willy Wonka ticket lottery. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. The only thing is you gotta buy a Wonka bar. Get out of here. Get out of here with your Hufflepuff shit. Fuck Hufflepuff. It's a kid's book. Get over it. I win the golden ticket and bring the acid. Can we all take acid together? I won't speak for everybody else. But I'll dose up. I'll take some acid for sure. Phil McCracken, dude. Do you like Sweeney Todd? Oh, dude, that's like... You were in the orchestra? Yeah, dude, I've seen Sweeney twice now live, and it's amazing. My friend Morgan and I tried to put it on in high school, and we couldn't get it past the vice president, or the vice principal, who was in charge of, like, the theater arts shit, because he was like, they fucking eat people. They grind people up and eat them. It's a little dark for school. We're like, fuck. Because I could have played Sweeney. I mean, I don't have the voice to play Sweeney in a professional production, but I could have carried it for high school. Sweeney Todd is supposed to be a big, stocky dude, man. Oh my God! Can we just not talk about the Depp version, okay? Let's just not. Let's just pretend it's not. It never happened. It never fucking happened. It's terrible. Why would they hire a bunch of people who can't sing? I want you to do me a favor, okay? There's a song in Sweeney Todd called "The Worst Pies in London." In the movie, I'll give you $500 if you can get every word of it. Like, if you can clearly hear everything she says, because Helena Bonham Carter cannot fucking sing. So she hides it with a lot of falsetto work, but she doesn't have the range that it takes to sing Mrs. Lovitz. Mrs. Lovitz is an incredibly hard part to sing, and Helena Bonham Carter doesn't have it. So she spends all her time in her upper register and falsetto sounding like... but I can't be, I call it, I can't be. And you can't fucking hear a thing she's saying because she can't enunciate. It's horrible. Then go on YouTube and search for the there's a performance that's fucking amazing with the original cast that they did in London. I'll try and find what it was called. It's so fucking good. I'm probably just gonna end up watching it tonight if I pull it up. But anyway, it's a live performance. Just listen to the song. Find an original cast recording of The Worst Pies in London, and then listen to Hell. Now, do another one. Go and find the Pirelli song that starts with Toby singing Pirelli's Miracle Elixir, and then ends up in the fucking contest. Listen once again to what's his name? Fucking dude, the Ollie G, fucking Bruno, fucking brain for Sacha Baron Cohen. Sacha Baron Cohen can't sing Pirelli. He can't. Go listen to the original cast recording of Pirelli and listen to him, and you will see a completely different level of performance, because he's a very talented dude, but a singer he ain't. Why would they cast a bunch of fucking people that can't sing in one of the harder musicals to sing? When I have to ask, when they licensed this and fucking what's his name? When fucking Johnny Depp's name came up, did anybody ask, can he sing? And when the answer was no, did anybody raise any questions? And then they went okay, well, can Helena sing though? No? That's tough, man. Who's gonna cover this? Can Pirelli sing? No. Are we just gonna do it like live action with no song? No, we're keeping the songs in? Okay, we can make this work. How did that happen? I don't know, but that's Hollywood for you. So desperate for the cash in were they that they would put Johnny Depp as fucking... That's one of the most miscast things. I'd be hard pressed to think of somebody that was more miscast in a role than Johnny Depp as fucking Sweeney Todd. He looked nothing like the part. He sang nothing like the part. He had nothing like the attitude of the part. He had no connection with the part. He was just the Mad Hatter with razors. It's fucking lame. I'll be right back. How cool would it be if you could shoot laser beams out of your mouth? Dude, that would be pretty fucking sweet, bro. I'm just gonna leave now. Thanks for being here.